What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, Some. Hit the keys. Here today to do a quick review and demonstration over Shaperbox 3 by Cableguys. Shaperbox 3 is a multi-effects plugin that lets you modulate all kinds of different parameters and do a whole bunch of stuff in the plugin. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button. Hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. But with no further delay, let's get right into Shaperbox 3. Some, hit the key. All right, guys, so once you open up the plugin, it is going to look like this. So the GUI does look similar to the previous version of Shaperbox, but it does have some different changes to it. So as we look here, one of the major differences that you're going to notice is that all the modules are at the top versus down at the bottom. Then you'll notice all of your tools to draw and everything are over here on the side. And then right here up at the top, they made it easier to get to the presets. So you can just click on this and now it has all the presets broken down like rhythmic, motion, sidechain, or whatever it is. So when you click on it, boom, you're going to see all of those different rhythmic chopping gate, different, presets that they have or whatever it is, fill, stutter, repeat, so on and so forth. And then the other main change, and this is one of the biggest changes that they've had in Shaperbox 3, is down here at the bottom. Now you can trigger the effects by MIDI or you can trigger them by audio, which will allow you to basically sidechain whatever it is that you want to sidechain. So I made a little sample beat as always. I use Shaperbox 3 on a lot of stuff. I used it on the hi-hats, I used it on the piano, I used it on the 808. I mean, I used it on basically everything. So this is what the beat sounds like. Let's go. All right, guys, so that's the little sample beat that I put together for you guys today. Let's go ahead and hop back into Shaperbox and kind of see what I used it for on this beat. So we'll start right here on the piano. I used it for an automation. So I only used it for an automation on this part right here. And what I did was I used the new module and a couple of the other modules to get the sound that I got. So this is what the piano sounded like before I threw Shaperbox on there. So some pretty basic chords, but now once we threw Shaperbox 3 on there, we got it to sound like this. So if you've never seen Shaperbox 3 before, I'm not sure which rock you've been living under, but you need to crawl up underneath that thing ASAP. What's cool about this is it has a bunch of different shapers in it. So you're going to get your time, which is going to give you halftime. You're going to have drive. It's going to be distortion. Noise is going to give you all kinds of different noises, from white noise to vinyl to tape to crickets to vaping, all kinds of different stuff. You have filter. You have your liquid. This is the new shaper right here. So this shaper right here is basically a flanger and a phaser. Very nice effect that they've added. You have bit crusher right here. So this is going to give you, basically a bit crusher sound. You have volume shaper, you have panning shaper, and you have a width shaper right here as well. So basically with this, you can get all kinds of different sounds, all kinds of different tones, all kinds of different stuff by just throwing Shaperbox on there and starting to mess with some of the modules. But that's what I use it for first initially. And then the second thing that I used this on was I used it on this instance of the cube. So I have this sound right here that sounds like this. And then I just basically threw Shaperbox 3 on there just to give it a little bit extra oomph with this liquid setting. So it sounds like this. It just sounds insane. What's nice about this new liquid module is with the liquid module, you have flanger, you have phaser, and you have off. So we'll go to those different real quick. So another nice feature that they gave us in this update to Shaperbox was they allow us to control our center and our stereo offset, which is going to change the sound. So I'll let you hear what that sounds like. So as you can tell there, you can get some pretty funky flavors and textures with that flanger and that phaser effect by just using the offset as well. Next up, I used it on this guitar right here. So I have this guitar that just sounds like this. And so then once I threw Shaperbox on there, I got it to sound like this. I also used it on the 808. So the 808 sounded like this without Shaperbox on there. All right, and so then this is what it sounded like once I threw Shaperbox 3 on there. And so what's cool about Shaperbox that I didn't show you guys, I'm kind of taking for granted that you guys have already seen Shaperbox before, but down here at the bottom, they have all these cool little rhythms and stuff like that. So, you know, you can change the rhythm up and it's going to change how whatever effect sounds on whatever sound you have it on. And something else that they added that was pretty neat too here as well is that I can save my custom preset. So boom, I can save that right there. And then I can come over here and I can build another one or whatever it is, or I can change it up and I can build different custom patterns and all that good stuff. And then when I come over here to the main page, I can use that to sync my MIDI, which is pretty cool. You can just change the way everything sounds. So that's pretty cool as well. So then the last thing I use it on these hi-hats over here. So I could basically pan the hi-hats back and forth. So this is what it sounded like with the without the hi-hats pound back and forth. So what I want to do now is I want to test out the new module just on some drums. So these are the drums that we had from the beat that sound like this. Now let's go ahead and throw that new module on there and see what it sounds like. So it sounds like this. And so again, we have control over the patterns and all that with this stuff down here at the bottom. So we can change the design and the pattern just like that. So, I mean, just like that, you can get a different sound on your drums without no problems at all. Let's go ahead and switch over to the phaser. So you can use a new module to put some spice into your drums. So another thing that I want to show you guys too, I also used it over here on my 808. And so what I did was I basically sidechained my 808 in the Shaperbox, which is super dope, to the actual 808. And so in order to do that, it's really easy. So in order to make this work, I already have it set up. But what you're going to have to do is whatever track you have, whatever instrument on. So if you have your drum here, you're going to click on this track and then sidechain it to it, and it's going to route it there. Again, I already have this sidechain here, so that's why I did it that way. After you do that, you're going to open up Shaperbox and you're going to come over here to this little plug in this cog tool. And then if you just push this auto map inputs, it'll automatically map whatever you sidechain. And now you have a sidechain in there. Now, obviously this is cool because you can see what you're sidechaining. So you'll be able to see the kick is the initial transient coming in, and then the 808 is going to be the second half of this transient right here. So just check it out. So you guys can see every time that the kick is hitting, it's going to be a darker shade of yellow, and then the lighter shade of yellow is going to be the 808. So I'll hit that one more time. Now, what makes this so solid is it gives you a visual representation of your kick and your 808 relationship, meaning it allows you to know when you want your 808 to come in. Because if you're having clashing issues with your 808 and your kick drum, a lot of times it's because they're fighting for frequencies when those initial transients hit. So what this is basically doing is this is pausing the 808 from starting until you want the 808 to actually start. So you see right here, here is the line. And as you're looking, so you can see I'm letting the 808 transient hit as soon as the kick transient is done going. But you can move this however you want to. You can set it up however you want to. You can make it go back as far as you want to. But this is a nice tool to allow you to be able to get your sidechaining of your kicks to go. And the last thing I got for you guys on Shaperbox 3 is the presets and how they have them laid out now. I mentioned it earlier, but this is definitely one of my favorite features in the plugin because the presets just allow for you to get different kind of breakups, different kind of fills, all kinds of different stuff to give you different rhythms and different grooves in your beat. So this is what the beat it sounded like, and we'll just go through a few of the presets at random. Now, again, when we click into these, we click on one of these and you see how many presets it has. I mean, just a bunch of different presets, just a bunch in every single category. So we'll go ahead and stop with chop and gate. We'll just pick one at random. Bro, right there, you got a whole new beat. You know what I'm saying? Like a completely different beat. I mean, tell me you can't use that during a dramatic part and a switch up of your beat, you know? Again, just completely changing up the way the beat sounds, giving you a completely different beat. That distortion of that is adding so much, just changing up the way that you can make things sound, you know? that fifth element right there just sounded super fire. So that's what I got for you guys today on Shaperbox 3. I know some of you guys may be confused because you saw the thumbnail and it said conflicted and you're like, you haven't even told us why you're conflicted yet. Well, here's why I'm conflicted. So I absolutely love Cableguys. I absolutely love Shaperbox 2. If you have followed this channel for any amount of time, you will know that that plugin has been goated. It is probably one of my top 4 or 5 effect plugins that I use on a daily basis. I absolutely love the plugin. Shaperbox and Cableguys have already come through with a model of when you guys are giving us new modules, you're just going to charge us $29 for the new module, and then we can add it to our collection. Boom, bam, now we're ready to go. When Shaperbox 3 was announced, I was super excited because I was like, we're probably going to finally get reverb shaper. We're probably going to get delay shaper. I'm glad that they gave us a phaser shaper and a flanger shaper, basically the liquid, shaper. But I thought it was going to be so much more than what we got. I felt like we got a module with the updated GUI. That's nice. And then the audio and the MIDI triggering function, also nice features as well. But those are features that are in most plugins like this nowadays. So I'm conflicted because I feel like we've been waiting for this Shaperbox 3 to come out for a long time now. And now that it's out, it didn't give me Shaperbox 3 vibes, if that makes sense. It just gave me Shaperbox 2 vibes with the new module. So I'm not complaining, and I'm not gonna sit up here and go hard on Cableguys because at the end of the day, the update was only $29. That's how much the new module is gonna cost anyway. So you can't really knock them. You can't really be mad at them because again, they did do some updating. They gave us more presets. Obviously, it's gonna take a lot of time and effort to make all these presets when you're adding new modules. They did give us a new GUI. It is more friendly or more user friendly. And they gave us a new module for $29.99. So I'm not complaining about the price. I'm not complaining about the module. I'm not complaining about the features. I'm kind of complaining though, guys, about how this is Shaperbox 3, but really it's just Shaperbox 2, but again, that may not be at fault to Cableguys. All these companies just every year put out new plugins and it has to be the next whatever. It has to be Shaperbox 3, Shaperbox 4, Shaperbox 5, instead of maybe every other year or every 3 years we update plugins and then we just give you guys upgrades. That might be the route to go. So at the end of the day, if you don't have Shaperbox 2, I feel like for $89, this is like a no-brainer. I would definitely grab it. If you have Shaperbox 2, the $29 for the upgrade of the module, I would definitely grab that as well. You'd be doing yourself a disservice by not grabbing that. But overall, it's good plugin. It's Cableguys. They're gonna make good stuff. But make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time I bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. All right, guys and gals, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe and like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so every time a new video comes out, you can be the first to know. Let me know what tutorials you want to see next in the comments, and see you next time.
Some hit the key.